Like many others, Pixar is a franchise that has made a plethora of classics in my childhood, with series like Toy Story and films like Bug's Life, The Incredibles, Monsters Inc., and so on, delivering in monumental ways. Since then, I've also seen terrific films from them like WALL-E, Inside Out, and Up that have delivered themselves in considerable ways as well. Still, I feel a little as though they've fallen from grace in some regards, with the car franchise as a whole being bad, and The Good Dinosaur and Brave being enjoyable animated fare, but not nearly the standard they'd set prior. As I sat in the theaters for Coco, I hoped it'd be another feather in their cap, a film that would add to their legacy in a strong way, and as I watched the trailers prior to the film, animated films like Sherlock Gnomes, Ferdinand, and others, I realized how much I really wanted an animated film that didn't seem like a lazily strewn together mash of recycled jokes. I needed Coco to perform at the upper echelon, and I'm happy to say it did. Without further ado, Rabies and Germs, you're watching this on the NJ Today YouTube channel. My name's McConaughey, and for today's video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the 2017 animated film, Coco. Coco tells the story of a Spanish family with a very strong disdain for music. This is because Miguel's you get the point, grandmother had a husband who walked out on her to pursue a career as a musician. Instead of wallowing, the grandmother made a life for herself and excelled, starting a family business making shoes, and very much so, closing the chapter on that aspect of her life, banning music for her family and effectively trying to erase her husband from the family's history. Unlike the rest of them, though, Miguel quickly discovers himself as carrying the same musical aspirations as his grandfather, much to the displeasure of his family. Miguel soon finds that his father was a famed musician and sets out to borrow his guitar to perform at the Day of the Dead festival. However, by stealing the guitar, he is then cursed and able to make contact with the dead. The concept is very unique and creative, faithfully borrowing elements from Mexican culture that I always find refreshing to see portrayed in a large-budget film, especially with a company as capable as Pixar. The film carries a similar charm in characters and portrayal as what we've come to expect from Pixar at its best. Miguel is likable and is placed into a classic, albeit very peculiar, example of a family trying to dictate the life of its members, and his family is portrayed as very loving with a great sense of pride in their unity, but Miguel simply can't steer away from his passions. The film is funny and enjoyable, but the best fact about it is that it isn't geared toward creating situations for its comedy, but that it flows organically throughout the film. The concept is whimsical and enhanced considerably by the presentation of its setting, propelled by the astounding and top-of-the-line visuals that Disney and Pixar are known for, although I will mention that the colorful spirit guide animals looked a little off at times to me. The storyline itself, as said, has a lot of unique ideas when it comes to the situation, and I think the concept is great, although in all honesty, a lot of the plot is predictable and easy to expect. In fact, about 30 minutes in, I told my girlfriend about a pivotal turnabout in the film that proved accurate, and it isn't because I'm Nikolai McConn's movie guesser extraordinaire, because it's really easy to see coming from a mile away. That didn't keep me from liking the film, but I figured I should mention it. Although just because something's predictable, it doesn't mean that it's not the right way to do something for a story. And if we remember that these films, while definitely enjoyable to adults, primarily target children, I don't think it would deter them very much. I had a smile practically all the way through the film, enjoying the visuals, the characters involved, and the way that the story came together. Even if Coco may not set the world on fire in terms of groundbreaking depth in its characters, watching through the film is whimsical bliss and complete entertainment all the way through, providing a rare mainstream animated film that feels like it doesn't phone it in and doesn't insult its viewers with lazy jokes or too many recycled ideas. It's a good story, well told, that also shines a rare light to Mexican culture in a very far-reaching way, and I would definitely recommend it. Thanks for joining me on this edition of NJ Today. My name's McConaughey, and I'll see you next time.